What's up guys, Louis here, chilling with T Vizzle, Tommy Valley.
What's up everybody?
And we just got back from Dorney Park's Halloween Haunt. It's their annual haunt event, and you had never been, right?
No, this is my first time in the heart of Pennsylvania.
I've been there a bunch of times, it's always a good time, so let's get spooky together. This is Haunted Hangover.
Introduced in 1998, Dorney Park's Halloween Haunt brings a plethora of ghouls and goblins to its historic amusement park. Featuring 10 original haunted attractions and roller coasters that'll keep you howling like a wolf to a full moon, this macabre event is sure to fill any Halloween lover's black heart with both fun and fright.
So the park itself, I think you'll agree, they decorate it really nice. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of fog, pumpkins. There's pumpkins everywhere, honestly.
Yeah.
I've been to Fright Fest, Halloween Horror Nights in the past, and I think Dorney Park, they place the most pumpkins everywhere.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot, especially during the day, there's lots of pumpkins everywhere. You walk in, it's a giant skull.
Yeah.
Everyone's posing for a picture, and then as you're walking through the park, they put pumpkins everywhere. They almost have like one of those great jack-o'-lantern sort of design.
For kids during the day, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I like that aesthetic. I have never gone to Universal or Six Flags for Halloween either. So this was like my first experience in a big park for Halloween, and it was pretty cool.
They had a lot of fog, a lot of lighting.
Yes.
They add a lot, they set the atmosphere, and it feels like the fall.
Yes.
Because it's even something as like simple as like haystacks. You don't see that at amusement parks usually.
No.
Like I don't think I've ever noticed it. Most of the time they focus on like zombies or graveyards and stuff like that. This one kind of had an autumn feel, which is I think the best thing about it when it comes to their set decorating of the park itself. And the haunts are really spread apart, which is cool too. You know, they're kind of in all different. They all have like their own little areas throughout the park.
Yeah.
One really cool thing that they do is they kind of have like an opening night show where this big like creature dude shows up. And he has like these like undead dancers, and he kind of just they have like a person on stage who's a sacrifice.
If you want to see a sacrifice, I need you to scream.
They had the Guar guy on stage.
That's what he looked like.
It was fun. It was a great time. I had fun enjoying this new metal spectacular of Halloween.
We made the mistake, honestly, and this is gonna sound negative, but we made the mistake of going through Blackout first.
Yes.
That was the first haunt. We ran to it because you know I've been to haunts in the past where like Blackout, it's kind of like the gimmick where it's really dark and you can't see anything. So I was excited. So we ran to Blackout.
Blackout incites this intensity. There's even a haunted house in New York City called Blackout. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, there's something different to this one. This one's gonna be the unique one, the special one in the group of normies.
And we went through it and we were a little disappointed. Honestly, right? We were disappointed with it. We went through it and we were like, this isn't what we were expecting, you know?
The name wasn't wrong. It was dark. There was no light. And that's it. That is all they offer you. They literally, it's genius how much it must have cost because there was nothing to it except you walk through a room with no lights on, which I could have done at home.
But again, starting off on a negative, which makes this sound like we didn't enjoy ourselves. After that, we went to Chamber of Horrors, which they were right across from each other.
Yes.
And that one had a cool facade. It kind of looked like a movie theater.
Yeah, they had all the pictures of the Universal monsters. Yeah. It was just the aesthetic of that one was a lot better. That's like your more traditional haunted house.
They had marquee outs. It looked like a movie theater.
Yeah.
And I think the theming was a wax museum.
Yes.
With all these characters in. So that kind of had a really cool faux facade on the outside.
Yeah.
So you go into it, and it was really cool because I remember we saw, I think as soon as you go in, there's like a tour guide type character for like 2 seconds. They're there.
Yeah.
And it looks like a wax museum because you have like Dracula, the Mummy, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, as just wax figures. And I think a friend of ours thought that that's all it was. He's like, this isn't a haunt, this is a wax museum. And as soon as you step in, things start jumping out at you.
No, it was good. It was, it played with the themes. The whole story background is that they turned people into wax figurines. They had skeletons with all drippy wax. But then we followed that up with Blood on the Bay, which was Louisiana, Southern French, Creole, aesthetic to it. Really nice, cool house facade, with creepy lights, and it's in the middle of water, so you have to walk across a bridge to get in. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Resident Evil 7. That whole
that's
swamp
exactly. Yeah,
aesthetic.
that did remind me of that.
Everyone was wearing like Victorian clothing, a little bit like what is it? Interview with a Vampire. That Southern aesthetic. It was a really cool haunt. I remember in particular, there's one room and there's this giant monster, like just a giant person stuck in a bed, and you just hear like they were doing fart noises.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, wow, this place smells horrible.
And it stunk too.
And I look at you and you're like, that's part of the haunt. I'm like, oh shit, smell-o-vision.
Yeah, it stunk. And then I remember it seeped into the next room. I was like, I don't think this room's supposed to smell like that, but it did. So my favorite was Urgent Scare, which was this like insane asylum, right?
Yes.
And it was funny because at this point it was towards the end of the night, and we were in line, and they had this speaker going off, right? What was wrong with it again?
It was peaking and very loud and just very obnoxious. And I remember we got up to the line where we saw the speaker, and I'm like, I'm close enough that I'm pretty sure I can just unplug this and save everybody's night. But unfortunately, it was like hardwired to the top.
I think they did that on purpose because they wanted it to sound like a broken PA system, I guess, so people were, because there was like someone talking over it, like
but that line was
patience and stuff like that.
That line was at least a half hour, and we're hearing it for a half hour.
Yeah,
it was awful.
That aside,
the haunt itself was good.
Yeah, it was really cool. Again, it looks like an insane asylum when you're outside of it. You walk in and there's like patients everywhere.
Yep.
I think that one, at one point you walk past it and there's like the medication time, almost like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where you see like a little window.
Yep.
And they had like a person behind there and there were like patients jumping out.
Yeah.
And it was really intricate, that set, because it felt like you were inside of an insane asylum. And they had like security guards that were the people that worked there, not like security for the park, but like characters that they dressed up as.
They perfectly fit inside the the mental hospital. One of the great things about this park is that it's relatively inexpensive. Like, I was shocked. My ticket wasn't that bad.
A lot of these events can run you, $60, $70, $80. I've paid in the past for other, theme park haunted events, Halloween events, and it's you touched on everything. I think they decorate the park really, really well. There's a lot of scare actors running around. When I've gone in the past, like they have a new thing which is like an encounter, which is basically they have like bars now, which is a new thing. When I had gone in the past, they didn't have that. We ordered a Haunted Hops, which was like an IPA drink specifically for the event, only sold at Dorney Park's Halloween Haunt. And there was another drink called the Purple People Eater, which was a really sweet drink with cranberry juice and grenadine and a bunch of other stuff I can't pronounce. And apparently it was supposed to taste like cotton candy. I didn't really taste the cotton candy, but I enjoyed it. You didn't have any of those. You had a beer though, right?
Yeah, I had a beer. I just kept it simple and old school.
Yeah, but that was really cool because I don't remember them having that in the past. So that's a cool addition to the event in general, because a lot of them are doing that now. Specialty cocktails and even beers are a big thing at these Halloween theme park events. All right, Tom. So as a whole, what do you give Halloween Haunt at Dorney Park?
I give it a 3 out of 5 pumpkins.
All right, I'm gonna agree with you, Tom.
All right.
3 out of 5 pumpkins. All right, guys, so that's our review of Halloween Haunt at Dorney Park. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Haunted Hangover. If you've been to Dorney Park's Halloween Haunt, leave us a comment below. Let us know what you think. And remember, the best cure to a hangover is
more booze.
All right, guys, later.
Peace.